Hello, listening audience, and welcome back to Toonkind at 12 frames per second with today's game, Containment Procedures. I am your humble one of your two cast members for today, and I am joined by my beloved, one of my besties, one of the best people I know, one of the coolest dudes on this planet. I'm gonna keep complimenting you
Keep
until
going.
you introduce yourself. You
Keep
rock,
going.
you're awesome,
Just
you're
keep going.
fabulous.
Just keep going. Keep feeding my ego. Yes, I'm getting in character. Hello, everyone. I am noodle or pasta or udon or whichever variation thereof y'all are feeling like today.
Like
And
me.
once again, coming to the sillies because this is going to be such a serious game. Super serious. Very, very serious. Uh,
Very, 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 very serious. All the
yeah.
seriousness.
Look at the title card. Title card serious. Uh-huh.
Title card is
Um
so serious and ominous.
yeah. Uh yeah. So it's been a bit since the potion buddies have met up, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. There's been some shit gone down since then, hasn't there?
Yeah, for both of them. They both have had some interesting encounters.
Yep.
But you know, they're friends. They find things. And sometimes being friends with Jubilee specifically means he messages you at 3 in the morning with random ideas that pop into his head because, this happens when you're awake at 3 in the morning and haven't gone to bed yet. One of which included, hey, what if we made potions and put them into pastries? What do you think would happen? Leading to the thing of, he should drop by for a visit. Uh,
Yeah.
and, he can't get sick. He can't overblot twice. It can't get him anymore. He solved that issue. Um, so
Solve
you,
that problem?
uh-huh. So you, um, how much warning do you think you probably gets before his buddy shows up? You want to just roll some insight?
Okay, I have a different approach to this that I think would be
Okay.
very, very, very funny.
Pop off, Monarch.
So, you spends a lot of the time asleep nowadays. He's a very, very sleepy boy. So
Mhm.
I hand you, he is like barely waking up for the day, and he's checking his mirror, he's checking through the AI chat for messages, kind of laughing at the, I think, Farmer Zoomy shenanigans from the night before, and then notices, oh, I have a private message from Jubilee. Taps it, sees the message about, hey, what would happen if we put potions in pastries, and then there's a knock at the door.
Mhm. Yeah, correct. Um,
Or
Juby has figured
alternatively,
out.
Juby just
Mhm.
opens the door because we've established Juby can pick use lock.
Oh, yeah, he can. Hmm. We're gonna see. I need to let's roll a d2 because he's handing me two things because he is decidedly in a silly, goofy mood. Well, all right. So we need to roll. What is your that is your bullshit modifier. So I think a 30 gets whatever lock is on you's door.
Yeah, I think it might just handle it pretty solidly.
Yeah, so you has enough time to recognize, yes, that's a very familiar knock. Because of course Juby's someone who doesn't just, knock knock on the door. No, it's a funky little melody every time he does it. Uh it's the knock knock and then click of the lock opening. And a familiar bird boy making his way inside.
Waltzing in like he owns the place.
Correct. And he just, casually kicks the door shut behind himself, while humming and making his way over to the kitchen. Because he has in his arms several things. Yeah, he's very at home in Yu's apartment. Congratulations. He's been here only a handful of times. However, sorry, you've befriended him, and so he's going to impose himself upon your space.
Dyer kind of meows indignantly at him from on top of the fridge.
Now, Daya. It's fine. I only come bearing gifts. Ah, yes. And he snaps his fingers, remembering. Ah, yes. Speak with animals. So it's like, right, now you can't, curse me out without me knowing. You may continue.
She just stares at him angry.
His grin just stretches to the corners of his design like a Cheshire cat. He looks so unbelievably smug.
You just have her sitting on top of the fridge, her little flaming tail swishing behind her as she just gives him the flattest cat glare.
You will have to try far, far harder than that if you're trying to scare me off. I've been given a mission, as you know. And he somewhat exaggeratedly gestures to what he had brought along, which is several dozen things, different things that can go into baking, different fun little ingredients that might be neat and different and unique. It's fine. It's good. Um, hmm.
Meanwhile, you is still, like, in bed, blinking at the ceiling, like, okay, this is my life now.
Congratulations. And at this point, Juby does turn on his heel to look towards you and is just like, I mean, I did give you fair warning.
Fair warning assumes that I've seen it before I woke up, before you arrived, which I didn't. I
I
just woke
knocked
up.
on the door. I knocked this time.
And then you just walked right in.
Yeah, and
Usually, when you knock, you're supposed to wait for a response.
mm, I'll consider it for next time.
You just kind of snorts and sits up. Uh,
Mhm.
and Jimmy can roll. What would this fucking be? Perception, insight,
Sure.
medicine.
He actually. Let's go with medicine, because he actually does have proficiency in that. Little do we know. That's a 12. Not the best, but it is above a 10.
It's above average. Um,
Correct.
yeah. So something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just that is the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, that doesn't look right. Because Jimmy has seen the way that use Overblock case has, progressed over the over
Yeah.
the months. Um,
Yeah.
the sort of blackish purple discoloration that started at just his hands and has slowly made its way over the rest of his body is now all the way up his neck with that weird tattoo he has having inverted color to match uh, and turned white instead of black.
Hmm.
And there's something off. His design feels distinctly simpler, but not in a good way.
Yeah. Uh, for all he can joke around with people, and try to take the piss out of stuff with, real kind and tunes and all the differences there. Uh, someone like you having a design change, for one, unsettles him. For two, this is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
um, And that alone has the feathers at the joints of his wings ruffling in alarm. And for 3, because he's Mr. Projection and local mirror in this house of mirrors detectives. Um, yeah, seeing all that shit. Actually, that is one thing where he does actually roll, because the rest of his reaction, he doesn't bother to hide. But this one specific thing, he would. Yeah. I don't think you can beat that.
What's your insight modifier, my lad? Yeah, no, he couldn't beat that. It's only a 10.
Hmm. Roll anyway. He might get some stuff. He won't get the exact reason or exactly what Juby's hiding. Uh, but he might get some hints.
So, you'll never believe what
Roll.
I rolled.
Oh, did you get a nat 20? Hell yes.
I don't
Go
know why
you.
I have such good luck when rolling with DMV. I keep getting nat 20s. I think it's just that the DMV dice are rated or something.
But DMV loves you.
And I love
Um,
DMV, even if it can be a pain in the ass to work with sometimes.
all right. So I know how to flavor this. Because for one, these two are friends. They're very good. For two, Jubilee is not hiding a majority of his reactions to what he's seeing with you, which highlights when he is trying to hide something. And there is a clear discomfort in the way that his wings adjust behind him and how they shift just a bit. Uh, and it's not like he's unsettled, but there's something more to his reaction that he is disguising something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he needs to take a minute just taking this all in and just sighs very heavily.
You looks away and kind of scratches at the back of his neck and says, "Geez, is it that bad?"
Do you want the honest answer or do you want the nice answer?
Be nice to me. I'm sick.
Did that get picked up?
Huh?
What?
Oh, did it miss what I said?
Yep, it did.
He said, "Be nice to me. I'm sick."
All right, we'll have the nice answer, which is, um, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's enough to concern me, so yeah.
That's your nice answer.
Yes, I got rid of any snark associated with it.
Uh, Fair enough. I'll admit it doesn't feel great. Give me a
I
sec.
could imagine not. Do you need a hand?
And no, I have two still. He waves them.
The fact you said still is not comforting in the least. And he makes his way over and is going to help you get up because, in concern. That's a nat 20. It is. There is no more hiding anything. This is genuine. He's whatever he was hiding before, it's settled. And he is just like, nope, you're getting help.
And you will just accept it. It does not fight back. It just,
Mhm.
well, I've lost other things. I wouldn't be surprised if my hands were the next to go.
You what? What do you and again those more of his feathers ruffle. It's not just contained to those few points as he is like holding you at arm's length and just looking over the other like, what the hell did he miss? What is not here? What
Uh,
happened?
Roll one more medicine.
All right, we'll see. Are the dice gonna keep bullying him? No, they're not. That's a 23.
Yeah, GB,
Yeah.
you, you're holding this guy at arm's length, you're looking at him over, but
Mhm.
the thing that finally hits you is, you know, for one, uh, the skin under your hand is frigid cold.
Yeah. Not good.
And for
Mhm.
another, you notice the way the discoloration over his body seems to specifically darken over his chest. And if you were to check, you would not find a pulse.
Which he does check because for one, being that cold is not good. And again, immediate thought is, oh fuck, assess. Need to assess because he may not be a doctor or anything, but he was on his own for 5 years, and needed to know how to patch himself back up. So he picked things up and, knows if someone is this cold, there's a few ways to handle that. So figure that out, figure take vital. What the fuck? Uh, and there are several beats of silence before he just looks at you and just, where the fuck is your pulse? I'm not.
Uh,
I know I'm not stupid. It should be there.
it is taking an unprecedented holiday.
What? I. Huh? Since when? When the fuck did this happen?
So there was another overblock case.
Uh, okay. Alright. Who?
Um, this person I met called Current. I took them out for
Oh,
pizza before I realized that
the,
I was
yeah.
contagious.
Oh, fuck, the unsettling one. Okay, yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
What do you mean
Mm-hmm.
unsettling? They're nice.
I had a there is something not right about them, but they may have been infected when I had a conversation with them. Sure. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt with that. All right. Um, well, shit. Who
Uh,
the fuck does How the fuck does that lead to you
well,
just you just
the
you don't have a
incident
heart? Uh-huh.
the incident happened on the shore by
Uh-huh.
the river,
Uh-huh.
and there's always the leftover ink at the end, and usually it just dries. But there was a river.
It
So
didn't it didn't just dissipate away? Or whatever the fuck it does. I don't know.
usually
I
it
wasn't.
just dries and disappears, but if there's water, it can't do that. So I had to get rid of it.
What the fuck did you do?
Um, you have to promise not to be mad. And from on top of the fridge, Dyer just pipes up, "It was an idiot."
Yes, well, I can assume he was an idiot. All right. I I can't promise I won't be incredibly concerned and frustrated and again agree with Daya and call you massively stupid for whatever it was you did. But I won't be mad.
Um, okay, so look, in my defense, it was the only thing I could think of at the time. All the other people probably had their magic exhausted from fighting that, because from what I could tell, what it felt like, they were fighting a fucking hurricane.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And so I I know I'm not supposed to use magic, but I panicked.
You.
I
You did not.
panicked.
You
Oh,
did not. How how fucking much? You last time I saw you do just a little spark and that fucked with your throat terribly. What the fuck did you do?
oh yeah, no, my throat was shot for like a week after. Um,
Hmm.
so there's this old trade spell called Frozen Heart, and it can be used to extract things from other things. The typical use is extracting things of value, but it can also be used to extract dangerous things, specifically dangerous substances, especially from anything that's water based, usually from ice. Um, and
Uh-huh.
it freezes things over and separates out what you want from what you don't want. And I may have frozen an entire river and also an harbor, our harbor, almost all the way down to the ocean, and then cracked
Mhm.
it open to get the overblot ink
Uh-huh.
out because I didn't want anyone else to get affected.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because I
Mhm.
there's already enough.
Mhm. Mhm.
I know it was stupid.
Yeah, hey you. Hey you. And you are immediately bonked on top of the head. You're a dumbass.
He squeaks.
Yeah, you're a dumbass. All right. Well, that's okay. I mean, I don't know enough about fucking magic or any of that bullshit to say that could have been a different way to handle that. I don't know that. That's not my wheelhouse. That's above my pay grade. My all of my pay grades. So we'll leave that there. You're still a dumbass because holy pecking shit. That sounds like a lot of magic. No fucking wonder it looks this bad. Ugh.
I had to use it through to the end to get the effect that I wanted.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we make this less bad?
I Good question. I have no idea.
Hmm.
I've been mostly just staying asleep. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, on one hand, the fact that you're actually getting sleep is good. I won't argue against that. As someone who deals with insomnia, it's not fun. So yes, sleep good. However, you need to do things other than sleep. I can imagine that's not excellent to just sleep away the entirety of a week or whatever.
It's not the entirety of the week. I wake
Ah,
up sometimes.
mm-hmm.
I wake up, I drink some tea, I read some of the stuff that Crystal has brought me to read, and then I go back to bed.
Uh-huh.
There's not much I can do. I live alone in an apartment, but I can't leave.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Fuck, we need to get you more hobbies or something.
I don't
At
have
least
the
while you're
materials to
stuck.
do any of my hobbies.
You understand you have people you can ask who can bring you things.
Yes, but
You.
those people are busy.
I'm literally standing here because I had a stupid thought at like 3 or 4 in the morning and completely devoted my day to it. I have literally nothing fucking important going on. I can live to be an errand boy for just a bit. I'd rather deal with this than some of the other bullshit that's been going on. Have you heard about the house?
What happened to your house? Jimmy?
So the house got broke. I
Like somebody
house
wrecked
got
it?
mm, mm, like the house decided it didn't want to have an upper floor anymore for for a few hours. It
How?
decided it didn't need that. No more stairs, no more second floor, no. And
Huh?
the most disconcerting thing about that was my guitar was still upstairs in my room that day. I wasn't expecting anything, and so my guitar got sent to fucking EBDB or wherever the fuck it went.
Oh no! What?
No.
How does that happen? What?
Um, I don't know the mechanics of it. But the Leighton house is fucking weird, and there's this machine in there that apparently responds to emotions of people in the house. Which is, the house didn't used to have rafters, but now there's rafters that, Sleeper is constantly on that we just all kind of accepted because, yeah, that makes sense.
Wait,
And,
what?
yeah, that didn't used to be there. And, uh, well, now my room is much nicer, and I have a fucking amazing closet since then, where I can shove all my shit. Where before I just, I never considered that the initial closet was not very big, and I was able to just keep putting stuff in there, and it never ran out of space, and I really should have questioned that initially. But, oh
Jubilee.
yeah, and the soup never running out, that's a thing.
What is
That
it with
house is
tunes
weird.
and soup?
I don't know. I want it to be gone. I would love to never have to see soup again. There is so much fucking soup in that house, but it just apparently the house thinks we need it.
What? What do you mean the house thinks? Is your house the fucking TARDIS?
The what? No, I mean, I don't think it thinks. It doesn't actually think it. I don't know how the machine works. Ask Camille or Leo, they probably know. It's some magical pecking bullshit, and there was a weird little dragon thing that Timmy wanted to keep as a pet.
Did you let him?
No, I
Coward.
didn't. It's a wild animal, you. It tried to kill us.
It's a dragon! That's cool as fuck!
I know it's cool as fuck, but I can't let him just keep every wild animal he comes across. For one, Dad would kill me.
Why
And
would your dad kill you for letting your little brother, right?
yeah,
Have a
one of
pet?
many. Because it's a wild fucking dragon that was determined to bite his fingers off. And I don't think we're equipped to, for one, care for a thing like that, and for two, to handle Timmy losing an entire hand because he thought that the little beast that decided it was going to, try and fuck up our house and EBDB'd my fucking guitar, was cute and pathetic.
Wait, I thought that the machine was what EBDB'd your guitar. How did the dragon EBDB your
The
guitar?
dragon was chewing on the machine and made it fuck up.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't even know that this thing was part of the house, but somehow it got in. Like I said, there's a lot of weird shit in there, and don't talk to me about the fucking fireball trap.
The what?
Oh, yeah, there was a fireball trap in one of the rooms that we had to go through to get to the weird machine in the. I'm calling it the basement. Fuck it. It's the basement.
I, I remember that getting mentioned in chat the other day.
Mm hmm.
You guys don't have a fucking fire extinguisher! Why is there a fireball trap?
I don't know. I guess it's. I don't fucking know. I had many questions.
I,
I almost shoved Izumi into the fireball trap on accident. He's fine. We're all.
Juvie!
I didn't know it was there! I thought it was just an
It's
empty
a ball
room.
of fire!
I didn't fucking know it was there, and then the glyph lit up, and then we had to unlock the fucking door, and the shit happened.
I,
I panicked.
you just thunks his head against Juvie's chest. Just,
I'm
that
not.
sounds like a hell of a day.
It was. A lot. It's fine. We're good. It's fine. It's hardly the worst thing that's happened in the past month. Yep,
That's a
we're
concerning
good.
statement.
It's fine. Sometimes it's fine. It was just there were mimics there. I got chewed on a little bit. It's fine. And it's better than getting chomped on by a giant fucking monster. It's fine.
What do you mean you got chomped on by a giant fucking monster? What?
He just groans and has his head in his hands.
I
Like,
am
I
so
need to
out of the
shut
loop
my mouth.
here.
I need to shut my mouth. It's fine. Look, it's not as bad as you apparently losing your entire heart. It's fine. It's
I
not.
can apparently survive that, so I would say it's fine, and you would disagree.
I can survive getting chewed on a little bit. This he didn't kill me this time. It's fine.
This time!
We need a topic change.
Jubilee,
Yes.
Yukon!
So,
He grabs you by the shirt and is just shaking you. What do
he
you
is,
mean this time, you silly bird man?
as you is rattling him, it is a combination of him being like he winds up 2D for the comic effect because of course he does. He is subject to the rule of funny. So it is the weird wobbly of a laminated sheet and also the jingling of all of his jewelry. And he is able to stop the wobbling and hop back to 3D after the gag happens and he's like, okay, I may have gotten involved with some investigations as uh it started out as just wanting to make sure that an old friend was okay um because shit happens in a casino city and it was like, yeah, okay, it's fine. And then you happen to get involved in trying to take down things that involve people who may have been part of your murder in the past. So that's what I've been doing.
There is so much to unpack there. Are you
And
okay?
yes,
Genuinely?
compared to other things that I've had to go through, this was surprisingly not nearly as concerning as those. And it's fine. I kicked his ass this time, and I wasn't affected by fucking what's the spell? Power word pain. I had to fight him with that last time. This time I had backup, and I wasn't hit by that spell, so we're good.
What the
hmm
fuck is power word pain?
Uh, it hurts a lot.
I can fucking imagine that it hurts with a name like power word pain.
I don't. It. Look, I don't know all the details. I just know that last time I had to fight these fuckers, uh, that spell was said by the one who actually, killed me. And suddenly everything fucking hurt a lot and it was really hard to move and to, fight back. But I did because, I'm kind of a badass. Uh
Sure you are, Jibby. Sure you are.
yeah, no, and it is easy to tell that he is adding that on as to like this is something that he's kind of told himself to try and make sense of it. Like, yep, I did this because of this, and we're not looking deeper into how the fuck I managed that. And and I managed to at least kick that guy's ass. And the other one is some kind of bird association. I don't know. They were very blue. There had been somewhere else.
They were a
But
bluebird?
No, it was more green, blue, weird. I don't know. There
You?
was a lot going on. I don't fucking know. Do you think I know all the colors of the rainbow off the top of my head?
I do.
Well, congratulations. You have a talent that I don't.
It's okay, you're talented in a lot of ways that I'm not. Anyway, what the fuck is your life? Dude,
I
what the
don't
hell?
know. I don't know. Things just fucking happen to me, you. They just happen. I don't control the rate at which I get pulled into situations.
You are my friend and I love you very much. You concern me so greatly.
Right back at you. You're literally standing here and you don't have a heartbeat. That is infinitely more concerning than any of my shit.
It, look, it's fine. I'm used to losing organs at this point.
You that's not a statement of someone who's fine. And are you aware of that? Just are you at
Yeah,
all? Are
no,
you
I
at all?
realized how bad it sounded the minute it came
Mhm.
out of my mouth. Leave me alone.
Mhm. Mhm.
Can we make the
Okay.
silly potion pastries?
Yeah, we need to do that before we wind up incriminating ourselves more. By the way, none of this shit is said outside of this apartment. I won't spill the beans if you don't.
Absolutely. Nope. Pinky swear, whatever. Just no.
We don't need to do that. I trust you enough. We're not invoking all of the bullshit of a pinky swear. That's a binding contract.
It's a what?
Have you not been told?
No.
Okay. So pinky swears are two tunes, which it works here. I don't know about the mirror. I It works for if you are real kind or tune. Well, I've seen real kind and tune. I don't know if you're just both real kind and it works, or if one of you has to be a tune, or if you just have to be an inkwell. I'm not testing it. But if
Uh-huh.
you make a pinky swear, you are bound by the universe to uphold that. And if you break it, uh bad shit happens.
I just thought you guys took pinky swears really seriously. What the fuck? They're
Oh no, there's more
cosmically
stuff.
enforced?
Uh-huh. Yes.
What is this world?
Yeah, it's you don't fucking know. Like, there's some shit here, you. I don't want to unpack it all.
You know what? I don't think I want to either. I just woke up.
Mm-mm.
This is too much
Mhm.
existential crisis
Mhm.
for one day. Let's
Yeah.
just make silly potion pastries and not
Yeah.
focus on how insane the world is for a bit. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What have
Let's
you put in my kitchen?
well, there's some stuff. I mean, I just kind of raided the bakery that I am very fond of, and I know they won't miss what I took. It's fine. I put extra gold in their till because they don't make me pay otherwise.
Okay, sure. With what I know of you, this tracks.
They're, it's they're my oldest sisters. It's fine.
How many siblings do you have?
Last time I counted, it was like 11, but I mean, it's probably gone up since then.
Are you just collecting them?
You know, at some point when I realized I couldn't escape the gag, I just kind of want to see how high the number goes. I've just sort of accepted it.
You know what? Fair enough. I guess. Dear God. Okay, so we have baking ingredients. I think I have potion stuff in the fridge still.
hmm Let's see. I think I got a few things. There were. I know I got some berries for this. And as he is listing them off, I need to. Nope, that is caps lock. That's not what I wanted to hit. I need to roll something. And while I'm doing that, do you want to have you roll me a perception check?
Absolutely. What I think
So
is happening is happening. I'm gonna
we're
die.
just gonna go with these stats. Great, thanks. Hmm. Bless you.
That sneeze was not part of this FPS, folks. That was me having
There,
allergies.
that's you.
Sometimes my body just decides it hates oxygen. Anyway,
Hmm.
that's an 18.
That is an 18. Hey, you. You
Hi.
notice, um, very unsettling because that's a 9. There is no subtlety. There is a bird outside your window that is like laser focused on the food as it is unveiled and is like tapping its beak incessantly against the glass. And because that is an 18, you notice a few other things about this bird. Um, while it looks like a tune, um, there's something just a little bit funny about the edge of its line art. And you also notice it has a very pretty ribbon that is a very familiar shade of pink wound around its neck with two little charms on this ribbon, one being a golden music note and the other one being at first you think it's a spade, but no, that's more like just an inverted heart that is black with almost electric blue detailing on it. And this bird just keeps tap, 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 tapping at the window, while Jubilee seems to be resolutely ignoring it.
You just like turns, looks at it, reaches over, not breaking eye contact with the bird, taps the other bird on the shoulder.
The bird outside the window, which you see to be a crow, um, notices for one that you is paying attention to it, and seems to just like press its face against the glass, looking at him with the most intense gaze of "Let me in." And Juby notices, looks towards the window, and just kind of shrugs one shoulder and is like, "Oh, looks like blackberries here. Okay," and goes back to sorting things.
Friend of yours?
Uh, debatably, well, friend is the debatable part, but fond, yes. You wouldn't
Okay.
believe me if I told you the actual relationship there.
You know what? Today's already so goddamn weird. Try me.
Uh, they're essentially my babysitter.
You have a parole officer?
Kind of, yeah. Actually, that's far more fitting as he looks back over to the bird, which now looks rather indignant. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, yeah, that seems very fitting, actually.
you're too old for a babysitter. You're like a grown ass man.
Yeah, well, they've kind of existed and been in this job since I was yay high. And he designates a height which is slightly shorter than Camille height.
Damn, that's small.
I was a very small child. Growth spurt hit late,
You were pocket sized.
most of. But yes, this one was very intent on trying to tag along today. But if we want to get any baking done, they'll have to stay outside.
Why?
Because they're a glutton. And they will eat all of this.
They're a bird, Juby. How much can they possibly eat?
He just gives you a look. After everything you've heard, this is the thing you question?
I'm, I am being confronted with what looks like a normal ass crow. Humor me on this.
Well, you asked for it. And
I'm
he
mostly just scared they're gonna break my window.
oh, they can't do that.
You just glances over, glances back at Juby, like I'm pressing X to doubt.
Mhm. That's fair. This bird seems very intent.
It's just like
But
I
you know that moment in anime where there is like the menacing effect? It is essentially that around this bird.
I that thing scares me.
No, it's a big pushover. All right, fine. He walks over to the window and just, you better behave yourself, you stupid old bird. I swear to every god that we know and don't. And just lifts the window just barely enough for this bird to get in, and already there is a blur of black and pink and gold before it has launched itself at an open container of berries. And you want to roll me a dex save?
You just instinctively ducks.
Hmm.
I can absolutely roll you a dex. That's a 4.
I need a save from Dire as well, by the way.
I don't have a stat
Just
block for tire, so that's just gonna be rolling off
roll
of
a
you.
straight. Yeah. Just roll a straight d20.
I could just roll off of used sheet, which is what I usually do for tire, if that helps.
Fair. Whatever you think would fit for her.
They're roughly on equal playing field. They're two halves of a whole idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that is a 17. 17 on the
Excellent.
dice, 19 on the.
So
So from
Dire's
you,
fine.
that's a 4. From Dyer, that's a 19. I'm assuming that's just because she hops back up on top of the fridge.
Yeah, Dire is protected by Fridge. Jubilee protected by the fact that he is extremely used to this sort of chaos and is able to just kind of casually step to the side. You you weren't expecting this. You did not. You This is just a normal bird. You don't expect the absolute gore fest that is the destruction of these blackberries. There are bits of fruit and juice that just goes everywhere.
Can I roll? Can I? What did I roll for this? Can I roll another text? Because I want. I have an
if
idea.
you want if you want to do it for sillies, go ahead.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
Amazing. That's where the good roll comes in.
Mhm.
You like get splattered with the carnage of these blackberries and just pauses for a minute, walks over to next to the bread box where there is a sort of empty cake plate with a glass dome on top,
Mhm.
picks up the glass dome, very carefully lowers it over Blackberry.
Uh, and I will say, because Blackberry is distracted, they won't notice this. Because there are more berries at its disposal, and it has continued with this carnage, moving on to the raspberries and then the strawberries. And you can assume whatever those other berries were, you didn't even get a chance to see them. They are gone, as just berry completely splatters every inch of the inside of this cake bowl.
He just turns to look at Jubilee with just this baffled expression. Just, what the
Oh, they do this every time.
he's just looking back and forth between this cake dome full of carnage and Jubilee.
As you look back at the cake dome, there is just like a splatter of blueberry against the wall.
I, I huh?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep. How do you think they got their name?
I don't know. I assumed it was because of the color of their feathers. They're kind of a
Oh
blackish
no.
purple.
Oh no, it's because that little glutton, when I was, again, yay big, uh, kept getting caught in blackberry bushes and could not get itself out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was insatiable. Like, Dad tried to stop it, and it would pointedly just dive in there, not even for food at that point, just to spite him.
Just out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little tornado of violence. I can't look away.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. This is normal. This is why I don't let it in the house. Because, there's a lot of softies in there, and also Timmy's in there, and Timmy would delight in this carnage, which would make such a mess to clean up every time.
Yeah, there's berry juice on my ceiling. How am I going to explain that to my landlord?
1 second. And Juby is going to cast Prestidigitation to clean that.
Thank you. I didn't want to have to explain that.
It's fine. I let the bird in. Is it my bird or am I it?
I think
Eh,
you're each other's.
we'll figure it out later. Either way, and at this point, the carnage has ceased, and there is just berry juice dripping down the sides, and you can see the crow has settled and is once again looking out through the glass intently as it sits among its carnage.
This is such a weird question. Does it need to breathe?
Um, I don't know.
Because on one hand, I feel like leaving it in there is a suffocation risk. On the other hand, I don't want to see what would happen if we let it out again.
Hang on, I need to roll something.
Like, I don't want to commit an animal cruelty, but at the same time,
You notice as you're talking, it has wiggled its beak underneath the edge of the glass and has propped it up and is beginning to wiggle out from under.
oh, you just backs up in terror.
Once again, Juby is completely nonchalant about this bird.
I
He just
how
kind of looks over his shoulder towards you, like, if you happen to have any crumbs, that'll keep it distracted for quite a while. And they tend to be a bit less messy.
I have a loaf of bread that I made that I don't have the stomach to eat.
You hear a loud crow squawk as followed by the thunk of glass and a pop that accompanies it as Blackberry has escaped containment.
Oh God, you ducks again instinctively.
There is no more carnage, but the crow's head just kind of looks around and then zeroes in on the bread box.
I feel like I should probably go open that.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Juby, your murder bird is terrifying.
It's not a murder bird. Mr.
I think
Crow.
those berries would beg to differ.
Well, those are berries. I haven't actually. The only thing it goes after is food. You don't quantify as food before you worry.
Okay. I mean,
Hmm.
crows do eat meat, but okay. I mean, at
You
this
just
point, I probably am not very appetizing. He, like, pinches at some of the discolored goopiness of his skin and just rubs it back into place a second later. And then just walks over and opens the bread box.
um. Let's see. I love these funny, stupid little stats for this bird. Fitting. Bird want crumbs. Crow wants crumbs. Um, and once again, as soon as it is open, you hear the cartoon sound effect of something. The like, you know, those door stops that are springs, and when you kind of flick the doorstop and it makes the wobbly noise.
Oh no.
You hear that and feel just an impact as the bird just completely darts itself like a thrown dart into this bread beak first.
You is just staring at this point. Just, are you okay? That looked painful.
It's fine. Hold up, one sec. I'm getting called.
Oh boy. Dogs are barking.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, dogs are barking. Uh, at the cleaning guy. Um,
Dogs be like that.
anyway, you
Tell
is
me.
just staring, baffled at this creature.
Mm-hmm. And like the second he looked away to like just for it's like if you blink, notice that oh, it has since latched on with its little claws and has burrowed further into the bread to the point where its head is like stuck like an ostrich in this bread.
That's bringing a whole new meaning to let's get this bread, I guess.
Yeah, they're like this. It's they'll be fine. Just kind of set the loaf somewhere out of the way and they'll be occupied with this for a while.
Like, pick it up with them halfway inside it?
I don't think they're going to let go of it until the bread is gone, so yeah.
Okay. He just, like, very carefully picks up the loaf of bread that is now infested with bird.
It is Blackberry does not even flinch. It is laser focused on its mission.
I mean, to be fair, it is very good bread.
Mhm. He will notice something though. Um, you could probably estimate how heavy something should be because this is not a massive bird. This is not a very. It's just just a crow. It's not like huge. But when you pick up the bread, it definitely feels heavier than it should be. Not so heavy that it's difficult to move, but like this bird is much more dense than it should be.
I, Jimmy, why is your bird a brick?
Uh, at this point, he just starts cackling. Um, and you do hear faintly muffled. And we said, because, haha, funny little things, you can actually understand some of what is being said from inside of the bread. And it sounds weird. Like you could imagine, like just, what would you have thought a bird would sound like? What would he think?
I have no idea, honestly.
Fair, fair. But whatever it would have been, it probably doesn't sound like a few voices layered on top of each other and strangely echoey. Uh, and it is an effect that is not due to the bread being hollow or anything. It sounds otherworldly, but at the same time strangely fitting. It doesn't seem like it could come from anywhere but this bird. Um, as you hear, funny enough, vaguely accented like the bird boy. Um, Grumbling, and you are able to catch a few words. Namely, it sounds like they're directed at Juby being a curse or three. Um, Definitely calling him a brat. You do not hear his name once. It is only brat. Uh, and grumbling about leave me alone. I want my crumbs.
Oh my goodness.
hmm And they
You
just
just listen to
yeah.
this, looks back up at Juby,
hmm
looks away,
hmm
walks over to the living room table, sets the bread down on the table, and then goes back to the kitchen. Nope,
hmm
not messing with that today.
Juby is just leaning against the counter, looking very amused by this. Like, yep. hmm So,
I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
mhm. Yeah, my dad's birds are really weird.
Plural?
Oh yeah, he has an entire flock of them.
Like this
Blackberry's a bit special. But yeah, pretty much they're all weird like that. They're sort of magic. Like he fights with them, not literally like fights against them, like they help him in battle. And if one poofs, it kind of like reappears within the day. I don't get it. I don't get how the flock work, but they just come back.
Cool, so endlessly regenerating swarm of murder birds.
Oh, no, they're mostly all more polite than that. They still go hog wild over crumbs, but Blackberry's the only one that does that, and he gestures to the carnage that is still contained. They're the only one to do that.
I need to clean that up now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just berry juice.
It's sticky.
Like, rinse it off under some hot water. It'll all run off eventually.
Uh,
That does, however, nix some of the recipes I had in mind, unfortunately. Oh well.
I think I have some eggs in the fridge. We could do egg custard instead of berry filling,
That'll work.
and it'll probably hold the taste of a potion better.
Hmm, true. Now we
Berries
just
might
need to see if.
overwhelm or overpower a potion, but eggs are fairly neutral.
True. Very true. And we know that they can cook. We want to roll something to see just how well the baking goes. They have recipes to follow. But I think incorporating potion into food
I think
requires
that
at
would
least
be an intelligence roll on both sides, which is a terrifying concept.
arcana.
Maybe.
Well, let's hmm, let's roll for baking first, and then how well they actually incorporate the potion.
Okay, so baking is what? Survival?
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's go with survival. I've seen it survival or sleight of hand.
And they're not trying to sneak the baking.
All right, let's see. You know, that's fair. That doesn't go well, but I know how to flavor that at worst.
I got a 19.
Yeah.
I have not rolled, aside from that one dex check, I have not rolled below an 18 this entire time.
We're gonna all right. So then to incorporate potion, I would say Arcana.
E.
Just a straight holy shit, bird boy.
Holy shit, bird
No.
boy.
You get disadvantage on that because you're being harried by bird. That's why you're well, all right. So while they are cooking, which does go far more successfully on Yu's end, um, turns out the bread was devoured much faster than expected, or perhaps out of spite on Blackberry's end, because their brat was laughing at them. Um, they swiftly rejoin and have set to distracting Jubilee, which is why he got a 6 for that survival. Um, consistently being an asshole bird and like pulling on his feathers and distracting him.
Wait, I just had a really funny but also really cute idea. Can I roll animal handling?
Go ahead.
Hang on, where is that modifier? Oh, that's a 22.
All right, go off. What does he do?
Uh, you pauses, like, seeing all this, and just absently, while he's, stirring a hot skillet full of, uh, in progress custard, with his other hand, reaches into one of the cabinets, grabs a small bowl and a bag of pretzels,
Blackberry is successfully distracted.
dumps some pretzels into a bowl, and then just picks one up to offer to Blackberry.
Uh, and they do flutter over and land on his shoulder, um, seemingly being more conscious about the fact that they are heavier than a bird should be. So, um, but they obtain pretzel and then fly down to land on the counter by the bowl of pretzels. And there is not carnage. They are more polite about eating this time. Um, mainly because pretzels are not their thing
Marriageable.
that they go hog wild over. Um, but they are appeased with this offering and getting the custard together and the custard into a tart shell and mixing it all together with probably a health potion.
I actually had a
'Cause
fun idea that we could do.
oh, yes.
Like, you looks at it and is just like, oh shit, I forgot to put the custard. I forgot to put the potion in the custard. Okay, wild idea. Roll with me here.
Mhm.
And he, like, takes the potions that they were going to use, and he actually picks out a couple different ones from his fridge,
Mhm.
and sets them on the counter, and then pulls out a small saucepan and some sugar, and basically starts turning the potions into syrups.
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
And while, the tart shell is in the oven baking, he like requests Jubilee's help into making all of these potions into different kinds of syrup. Uh,
Mhm.
so that when they pull the tart out of the oven and they've cooled it, they can do that thing that people do with like fancy cheesecakes where they'll split it into slices with parchment paper between each and then drizzle each slice with a different
Oh my
flavored
god.
drizzle.
Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're going for. Hell yes. And with these rolls, because they were very good, both the Arcana checks and the cooking checks, they are able to successfully put together the
a,
potion pastry.
a multi potion pastry.
Hmm. And it sits there beautifully for just a beat. And then there is a scramble of feathers, both owl feathers and crow feathers, as Jubilee dives to intercept Blackberry and successfully yoinks the bird away and is holding them like a very squirmy hamburger. No, no, no. You're not going to devour this. I don't know what the fuck would happen if you got random potions in you. No.
Mix Blackberry, please. We don't need you suffering status effects.
You hear again in that voice, again, just ornery old person. Like, on one hand, you could imagine if they weren't being so grumpy, they might sound just like a weirdly echoey grandparent. They have that voice to them. But at the same time, it's, you damn kids don't know what's good for me. I'll be fine. I'm immune to status effects.
All the status effects at once, though. I don't think you want to earn that achievement. I don't, all due respect, I don't think you want to achieve how did we get here?
You just hear, already did, let me at 'em. Juby's just like, what the fuck do you mean already did? What?
Uh, let's see if let's see if my boy is smart enough to think fast. Fuck. Of course, that's where I get another net. Just quick improv. Just wait. Okay, I think if you're that determined to acquire status effects here, and he pulls like the leftover tart crust together into uh a smaller tart shell with a small, bird-sized amount of custard, and then drizzles all of the leftover sauce on top of it.
Oh my god. Um, it is the two bird and boy look at each other, and Juby is just like even his glasses have shifted to just the upper half to just be a flat, unimpressed line of just he's really feeling done when even the glasses are emoting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you are so pecking lucky. He's so nice. And does release the bird, uh, who hops over to where the bird-sized tart is, uh, and then swallows it down whole.
Just warmth.
Yes, just warmth. It hoovers that thing down.
Do we see bird status effect?
Um, Let me roll, actually.
Can the bird roll a con save?
Yeah.
Do we knock out Blackberry?
Well, that's a 10. So Blackberry is not KO'd, but Juby just sees random little colorful swirls that don't make any sense. Hey, you roll me a quick history. This DC is very low.
Oh no! That's an 18, a 15 on the face.
Yeah. Yeah, hey you're familiar with how statuses, how potion effects look in Minecraft? You see so many of them swirling around this crow,
You
and
just
it's just sitting there looking fine.
you just stares for a second and just shakes his head with just this smile on his face that is very much the like I know something you don't and just the oh boy, how did we get here?
Blackberry just looks so proud of itself. Oh boy. Okay, yup. Like I said, I don't know why you keep doing this, but sure.
Keep
Uh,
doing this? They've done this before?
well, they haven't eaten any magical pastries. I haven't succeeded in making any of them until now. So,
It looks
but
like we
yes.
mostly have to keep the main substance of the potion intact. I think if we had mixed it into the custard, it would have messed up the structure of the potion and then it wouldn't have had the same effect. We wouldn't have been able to predict what it does, but I think these should be fairly stable. All we added was a bit more sugar, and that
Mhm.
should just amp up the speed they take effect.
True. And let's see. For more shenanigans.
No.
Okay, yes, he is able to pull out a small notebook. Not the one that you recognize as his songwriting notebook. This one is actually like half the size of that and has just like a pencil with it, and it's open, and this one is far less messy, less
Mm-hmm.
written in, but you're able to see it has a few different recipes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he writes down that note and then closes it and back up his sleeve it goes.
Too bad all the fruit's gone. We could have made a really nice topping for this.
Yeah, we could have. I wonder why it's gone. Looking at the bird. Blackberry regrets nothing.
I don't think that creature knows shame, Juby.
Hmm, one day I'll figure out how to make it not eat all the fruit. I'm gonna shove it into hammer space like how Timmy keeps his crow.
In hammer space?
Yeah.
But
They can survive in there. There's air. They can survive. It's fine.
Timmy keeps a bird in his pockets.
Yeah, because it kind of just always reappears there. Apparently, it likes to live in there.
Built a nest in his hammer space?
I don't know if it has a nest in there. I've never asked. Uh,
You're the one who can talk
Blackberry.
to animals.
I know! I know I can. Do you think I'm going to want to talk to that one that has decided to live in hammer space? That's weird. That's weird even to me. And I have this one.
I mean, I think that would be a funny conversation. It's always funny to talk to people who just perceive the world in absolutely crazy ways. I mean, hell, why
Hmm.
would you like talking to me?
Because you have good conversation. You're a good person. Uh, and also you don't think living in hammer space is a smart idea.
Well, no, because I'm person shaped. But I'm sure if
Mhm.
I was, small creature shaped, living in someone's pocket would be nice.
Hmm. There is a look towards Blackberry. Blackberry looks back at Jubilee. There is a rapid shaking of Bird's head as Juby just considers. Like, hmm.
You could always get a bird backpack.
I could. Blackberry's just sitting here looking between you and Jubilee and you and Jubilee, then at the window.
I think at that moment, just seeing this dyer hops over from the fridge to the sofa, struts across the back of the sofa, and swats the window shut.
I just hears traitor.
You hears the window snap shut and jumps. Just looks over and is just, Dyer,
Hmm.
if you were getting cold, you just had to ask. Oh, but you were having such a lovely conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's such a nice conversation. We should consider this further. Getting a backpack for this. Such a delightful little creature that definitely should be in a backpack. And it is just the most evil scheming look you have ever seen on Jubilee.
You has a brief moment of just, oh, what have I done?
If ever there was a time that maybe he could be mistaken for the villain he once claimed to be, it is this moment. Where he just looks so intent on causing so much mischief for one bird.
You will just look at that, and there's just a visible anime sweat drop, and just looks back to the tart and just frowns and puts his hands on his hips and is just like, well, now we have this. I can't
Mhm.
actually eat this.
Wait, what?
Jimmy, I can't eat anything. I told you this, didn't I?
I mean, I heard it. I just kind of thought it was because you weren't feeling great. What? What? Don't. Is your stomach gone too? What?
Maybe.
Oh, stars. Oh, yep. Okay. All right. I guess I get to have the status effects now, too. All right, let's. Tech, let's go.
You could bring the status effect pastry and do status effect roulette with your friends or your housemates.
I mean, I could. I
It would be
could.
very funny.
It would. I could just leave it out and see who decides to eat it. The menaces already decide to raid my snack stash whenever they want.
It is
Hmm,
brightly colored.
it is. And it would be very funny to see what happens.
I think you should do it. I think it would
I
be very funny.
I think I should as well. And he is able to once again go into hammer space and pull out a pastry box that is very quickly like assembled. It was one that was flat, but put all together, and the very brightly colored tart is placed within and just carefully shut up. And uh fuck it. We keep rolling because we like fumbles. We want to find one. Nope, not today. He's able to retrieve ribbon as well and just tie a very neat little bow to keep this pastry box shut and have it be ever so tempting to someone who, would want to steal what is within.
Aw, pretty as a present.
Yeah. No one knows what mischief awaits within. And
You
with
is just
that,
grinning.
yeah, and with that, it vanishes into hammer space. Not with the weird visual effect of going up his sleeve. This one is instead tucked behind his back so that it vanishes that way.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make sure that is well cared for. All right.
Thanks for
And
visiting. I really do
well,
appreciate it.
obviously, you're my friend. Of course I'll drop by.
Yeah, well, thanks anyway. Gosh, let me be grateful, you dork.
All right, all right. I mean, if you do want to just heap praise upon me, I won't stop you.
Oh, thank you, great and mighty Jubilee Yukon, for coming to visit me in my time of loneliness and languish.
Hmm.
He just
I
does
know.
the
I know.
he just does the dramatic lean against Juby's side.
Hmm.
Just hand to the forehead, all the theatricality.
Hmm. And Juby absolutely hams it up right alongside you.
Whatever would I do without you?
It is to the point where I can't put a speech together because I can't do this off the cuff. But Stupid Bird has a plus 13 to his performance and would be able to just improv the longest speech he can while going absolutely off the wall with it.
By the end, Hugh is practically on the floor laughing.
Hmm. And it is very clear that while he is trying so hard to stay in character, Juby is just grinning and like behind him his wings just flutter every now and again in what is very obviously him trying so hard not to laugh.
And fun thing that he would notice is that
Mhm.
as Yu is laughing, there are the that discoloration that's gone all the way up his neck at this point starts to retreat a bit
Mm.
and sinks back down. So it's just sort of resting at his collarbones instead of all the way up his throat.
Hmm. And are you still gonna be stupid? Yeah, he's gonna be stupid. Because he is not thinking. And when he is not thinking, he says stupid, sappy shit. Uh, because he's Jubilee. And he just kind of looks very pleased with himself and goes, "That's better. Now we match."
Huh?
Uh, it's not as bad anymore. And he like moves his scarf. Because again, I love my boy. He's a whore. Um, but his shirt, which is always open, way too low, but shows his collarbones, and there you is able to see um there's discoloration, and it looks very gray and sickly where this splotch of color is across one of Jubilee's collarbones and kind of visible on the other side as well.
Oh,
Mhm.
and you kind of blinks and absentmindedly raises a hand to sort of rub against the edge where, you know, the discoloration fades on his own skin and then jumps a
Mhm.
bit because, oh fuck, I can actually feel that.
Oh, shit. Wait, are you okay? What?
No, no, I'm fine. I right, it's not as bad as it was when you got here. Thanks.
Well, you're welcome. Now, don't go being a complete moron like you were trying to cast a fucking spell like that again. Don't do it.
I only promise to try.
Mhm. That's good enough. That's enough. All right. Well, I have nowhere else to be. What do you say we? You mentioned some movies that you had around here. I haven't seen a good movie in forever.
Good might be a stretch, but do you mind watching with subtitles? Most of them are in Sylvan.
Uh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
Awesome. Shitty rom coms.
And I think with that, we are able to zoom out and away. And as the boys get their silly movies set up, um, Blackberry does find a perch by Dyer, and the status effects are slowly leaving. Um, but there is something very faintly that Dyer can hear as this bird moves.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like the jingling of coins as Blackberry settles next to her. And just, our boys will be okay.
Dyer
Just
just
like,
purrs at that.
mhm. And I think with that, we can call it a wrap.
Hell yeah. Thank you
Woo!
so much to our listening audience. Thank you so much, Noodle, for playing with me. That was delightful.
Thank you for inviting me to have fun game.
This was so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, and that is it for today. We will see you all next time. Everybody say goodbye to our listeners. Goodbye, listeners.
Bye-bye.